Hello?
Hi, Liz. This is Sunshine from Ascend Get Lifted.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
I'm calling for your reading today.
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. So is there a specific focus that you need me to look at, or what kind of reading are you looking for today?
I'm definitely curious when my art is going to take off. In the meantime, like career-wise, like what's going on, and I would like to know about love as well.
Okay. All right. Cool. Those are pretty common things to ask, so that's good. And we'll also see what else comes up for you. What's your birthday, Liz?
April 4th.
April 4th puts you in Aries. Yay, an April Aries. I love that.
Thanks.
Okay, so Liz, I'm just going to have you close your eyes for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to get tuning into you. And I want you to take some nice deep breaths in and out. As you're breathing in, I want you just to imagine that you've got a beautiful golden ball of energy coming into your body. And just let that golden ball of energy sit in all four corners of your torso. And just begin to emanate out healing energy that begins to melt stress, anxiety, worries. As you're breathing out nothing but love. And as you turn your attention to your inner world, just see that energy begin to move and grow up through your shoulders, relaxing them away from your earlobes. And then have that energy just shoot right out the tips of your fingers, tips of your toes, and the top of your head, taking with it any unwanted stress or anxiety. I'm over here shuffling my deck of cards, and I just want you to tell me when you want me to stop shuffling.
Now.
All right. Excellent. Open your eyes.
Okay.
And now I'd like you to tell me a number, 1, 2, or 3. It corresponds to which pile I will pick up and read from the way I've cut the deck.
3.
3. All right. Let's see what we have for you. So has your art kind of taken on a new genre, a new life of its own?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a new style that you're working with right now?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you had little shows at like cafes and things like that? Have you done any of those kind of shows?
No, that's probably a really good idea.
Aha, okay. Your spirit guides do talk about that. Where do you live right now? Is it actually Binghamton?
I'm in Brooklyn.
You're in Brooklyn. Okay, so that's actually way better than Binghamton, right?
Mm-hmm.
For selling art. Well, I don't know. It depends. It really depends, right?
My art is digital, so I don't know how I would get into a cafe, but I think there's one that has screens in it, maybe like a couple screens, like a little coffee shop.
Yeah. But we want to sell it, right?
Yeah.
So, your art is all digital, meaning is it like moving pictures and sigils and things like that?
It's just like flat on the iPad, like I don't really do physical stuff.
Have you ever printed them and thought about selling them as prints?
I have an Etsy store, which I advertise, but you know, I even got like ads for it and things, but it hasn't really picked up yet.
Etsy is like a black hole for artists, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard to be noticed on there. But when I said you're doing a new kind of art, what does that mean to you? Like the new style?
I never really did digital until like a year ago, or a little over a year ago, or maybe it was 2 years ago. Yeah, it was 2 years. 2 years ago now. Next year it'll be 2 years that I started a digital style.
Okay. Okay.
Like
and previous to that, were you...
And it's very
more...
colorful. It's not... I used to do more black and white. Now it's very colorful.
Okay, cool. Okay. Because there's a lot of different directions you can take all of this in.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're doing an installation of some sort at a coffee shop, I don't know if it's going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like getting yourself in a group show in Brooklyn might work.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the artwork you did previous to digital? What was that like?
It was just little doodles.
Little doodles that you blew up bigger?
Yeah, some of them I blew up. Some of them I like transformed into digital ideas.
Okay, cool. All right, okay. So there's a few different ways to even add to your Etsy store, but I think you're going to need another platform. Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of ideas that are just like streaming in to my head right now, so I'm going to try to just tell you about each one of them individually. Mm-hmm. One actual idea does involve streaming. Are you involved in that world at all? Streaming?
Yeah, I haven't streamed like me drawing.
Yes.
Okay.
When did you do that?
I haven't.
Oh, you have not? Okay. But do you know about the app that's called Twitch?
Yeah.
Okay, and you have an account there?
Yeah.
Excellent. So, streaming is a way for you to get a following, to get people who are actually interested in following the technique. It's also a way to access a younger fan base, because that's what we really need you to have, is like a fan base. And when I say we, I'm actually speaking for your guides. Mm-hmm. I'm not actually being me.
It's okay. It's okay.
So when they say we need you to be able to access a younger audience, an audience with more disposable income, and to be able to have the visibility that you're looking for. Mm-hmm. So there's going to need to be a little bit of market research on your side, where you figure out to yourself what is a good schedule for streaming. Mm-hmm. Okay? You have to set up your little nook, have the camera just right, and you can take requests from people of what to draw, or just hang out with me while I'm drawing. Set it up so that you can accept the tokens that are called bits. Do you know what those are?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to be able to receive bits, little bits of money that can add up. I mean, a very, very popular streamer that I know of is someone who writes classic calligraphy. Mm-hmm. Okay, and she just started out doing it as like demonstrations, but then people started, messaging in, I want you to draw this in calligraphy, say mm-hmm. these bad words, or say mm-hmm. whatever, Mm-hmm. And so she would take that request, get some bits, and draw, what they wanted them to draw. Whether mm-hmm. they actually purchased it and mailed it out, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I do know that she started small, mm-hmm. and it grew and grew, and she can sustain herself from her Twitch streams. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
And that's pretty incredible, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what we're looking for the Twitch streams to be is to be your advertising platform, your way of reaching many people at one time, all over the place, all over the world. Mm-hmm. There's also, just a second, they also want to talk about Linktree. If you haven't heard of Linktree, it's a way to put
I have one.
Your links, all of your podcasts, all things like that, all in one little clickable section.
I have one of those. It's great.
Excellent. So perfect. Patreon, we need that too.
I have that too.
Excellent. So you need to just make your schedule and follow up with your social media to get visibility. Mm-hmm. Okay? Your art has a niche, and that niche has to be able to find you. Mm-hmm. So this is why we're talking a lot about being able to do something from your home and getting it all out there. There's also talk about purchasing things like taking your artwork and turning it into like fabric, some kind of fabric that people could make dresses out of, or pocketbooks, or
I've thought of dresses. I was looking into like how to recreate a pattern, but it seemed like a lot, so I just kind of like left it. But that is one of my ideas, to have like a dress line or something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're on the right track. I think what you need is just like I think like you need a cheerleader to basically be like, you can do it, okay? Like, you can do this. This is not a waste of time. Because there's a part of you sometimes that's like, is this a waste of time? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Yes. When you're an artist, you're going to find yourself oftentimes misunderstood. Oftentimes, look at Van Gogh.
Oh yeah.
Nobody even appreciated him till he was dead.
That's the usual story, yeah.
That's the usual story, but it doesn't have to be that way, especially with modern and digital artwork, okay? You can also submit your, I almost said slides, showing my age. You can also share files to maybe different museums or different group shows in different art spaces. I know that Dumbo. Have you been doing that?
I've submitted to a couple of things that are like in the environment that I'm in, but I haven't heard back yet.
Okay, so those things are most likely going to be working out for you.
Okay,
at least a few of them. So keep going with the group art shows. Getting your art purchased is a lot of times not necessarily even about whether it's good art or bad art, and that's what's very sad. What sells art a lot of times is the connections you make when you go to the right parties, when you go to the right galleries, the networking aspect, which is very hard for artists most of the time. So you kind of have to like put on your business suit as well and be your own representation of your own artwork line. So you have to put on that business suit and be like, I am going to target these 3 galleries. I want to pitch an installation possibility at a library. There's so many different ways for you to get noticed. We just need that one, and honestly, I see a very rich European person buying your artwork. And I feel like
for how much? Tell me for how much.
I don't know that part yet. I just saw the person having the amount of money to purchase things. I see 11,000 for one piece.
Wow.
But I don't know what you price your artwork at, and if you're in a gallery, the gallery's going to take some of that. So sometimes it's good to avoid galleries, but you need to be in a few group shows so that you start getting written up in little magazines or little fanzines. But the person who I think is going to be one of your collectors, he's a he. He feels like he's from Austria, German roots, but I think he lives in Austria. A lot of money. He's just kind of like this retired at 55 kind of guy. No pressure. I don't see him pressuring you for anything other than your artwork.
What's his name?
I'm sorry?
What's his name?
I don't know his name. Do you have someone like this already?
What's his name and what's his phone number? I'm joking.
Yeah, if I could do that, oh man. I just see that influence is coming in, and since you are in New York, that is the hottest spot for artwork. It's also one of the most competitive locations for artwork as well. So don't beat yourself up about not being noticed, not being seen, or not selling pieces yet. You've sold a few things, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and am I in the right price range?
You are now. We're changing everything to 11,000.
Always value yourself. That's really hard to do for an artist to price their work. You might want to also look into getting representation, like an art agent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they can be a pain in the ass. They do take money, but usually only after you sell something. Okay, they take a percentage, just like the gallery would. But if you have an agent, then the agent can handle pricing and take away some of your struggles and just let you kind of focus on your artwork. But that's a little bit down the line. Okay, that's a little bit down the line. I think you're going to be working at this for about 4 years. I think you're going to have little successes as you go. And then I feel like when you hit the 4-year mark from today, that you're going to be like sitting pretty and being like, my artwork is featured on such and such television show. My graphic is used in such and such film. You're going to have a lot more popularity. However, you will not have that unless you put in the work and network and hobnob and, play that game.
So December 2026, I just got to get there.
Well, you're going to have little successes all along the way that are going to add up to 4 years from now, you being like, yeah, I can afford everything that I want to afford. And I can, I want to compare you to Chihuly a little bit.
How do you spell that? How do you spell that?
Chihuly?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is that an artist, Chihuly?
It's an artist, yeah. Chihuly. I want to say Chuly. Chihuly.
Oh, Chihuly.
CHU.
Dale Chihuly, American glass artist.
Yes, he's a glass artist.
Ooh, I like these. I like these twists and turns.
Well, this guy started small, and now his artwork is world famous. People ask him to create things for large spaces like casinos.
This is pretty.
I feel like your story is going to be very similar to his story. So you might want to kind of like research what did he do, who, how he got where he is now today. I feel like that's the kind of, you're going to be asked to do bigger and bigger installations down the road. Nice. Okay? So that looks good.
Okay.
So don't be discouraged. It's hard because if you're the only one looking at your art, it's like, is it good? I don't know. Should I put it on? I don't know. Oh, this one sucks. The self-criticism can really bite you in the butt. So if you find yourself going down that road, just take a break. Go do something like yoga. Go hug a tree.
My issue really is I feel like I put in the time and the effort and I feel invisible. And that's the most frustrating for me,
Well, that's why you have to actually work even harder at the visibility, because that's what it's all about. All about that. Or even contacting a magazine and saying, I do this, new kind of artwork. I was wondering if you want to feature me. You just got to really be your own agent and your own cheerleader, putting in the time. I'm sure that you have. I'm sure you have, but it requires even more.
Okay.
You're pushing a rock uphill right now.
So, at the same time, it's like the majority of my time now is spent at a job surviving. You know what I'm saying? Because I did invest about 2 years waiting for this to come into fruition. And I was just like, all right, I'm letting it go. I can't, there's only so much energy I can put into something. Waiting. It's kind of like watching a seed grow. I'm like, here's the water, there's the sun, good luck. I need to find a snack to eat while watching this plant grow.
Yeah. Now, are you talking about literally the last 2 years though?
Yeah, I started March 2021, and in March 2023 it'll be 2 years. So, I would dedicate 16 hours on Twitter. I've put in so much effort but really have not moved very far. So it's a timing issue or something that's going on. Like, I put in the effort though.
But you need to switch up also where you're putting your effort and what you're doing. I guarantee you, if you start streaming 3 times a week on a regular schedule, you have to post a schedule or people don't know when you're on.
Okay.
Okay, you have to stick to that schedule. That's the job. I'm going to go on Twitch. I'm going to have myself drawing, sketching, or working on my digital art and let people talk to me while I'm doing it. So you're less about what you're actually creating and more about, this is me and I'm this great person that you probably want to help support. Send me bits,
Do I have to include my body into this, like video, like my face and my hands, or is it just like an overshot of me drawing with my hands? Or
you can do whatever you want. There are people who wear masks because they want to be anonymous.
No, I don't care about that. I was just kind of wondering.
I think it would be great to have a camera.
Like looking at me and another one on the art, something like that, like a dual
one
shot.
That's like a little bit, like maybe like a foot away from the top of your head, up and out, so that you can get the view of yourself and the desk in front of you. And then you have your computer where you can actually talk to people that are chatting with you. Okay? And make sure you put in all the things that can make you money, like Patreon and Linktree. Put all of that stuff in your little, before you go on kind of thing. And try to stream for like a 3-hour chunk. Try to do it in a chunk of time. And this is going to help you to reach people who are really into the internet, the interwebby types. The work that you put in is good. However, it's the not getting you what you need. So this is a new way to get what you need, to be able to get that visibility, to get a following. Once you have a following, you could be like, I can have a digital art show right here in my living room, and I don't even need a gallery.
Okay.
So it's more, and I understand working a job to pay for your passion. I really do. It sucks. It sucks, but
it's fine. It's just that it takes all of your time and energy. Like, since working all the time, like I come home tired, like I'll draw like one piece a week type of thing,
So if you stream like 2 or 3 times a week, you're going to start to pick up really good followers.
Okay.
Really good followers. Make sure you use a ring light. That's my best friend when I'm online. Definitely makes everyone look better because it's proper lighting. So that helps a lot too.